That was a great video. I hadn't seen some of those pictures for some time. That first one was a picture of my circumcision. It's taken me 60 years to get over, and now the nightmares are going to begin again. But watching that short video reminded me of my first car, a 1960 Ford Fairlane, because it also went from 0 to 60 in about 6 minutes. First, let me introduce our guitarist today.
I'll be here all week.
Jeff LaQuadra. He's been playing all night. Jeff's my guitar teacher. He encouraged me to play with him, but nobody wants to hear Michael Oyebote ashore. So, a little speechifying music. Okay.
I want to hear Rich.
Maybe later. Now the formal comments. Bienvenidos, mis amigos. Shalom, Chavarim. And to my fellow native New Yorkers, hey, how you doing? I'm delighted that you are all here tonight. I'm delighted that I am all here tonight. And I want to thank everybody for coming. It's a big weekend. It's Father's Day. It's home game against Pittsburgh tomorrow. It's people are traveling, so
Rachel's birthday.
it's Rachel's birthday tomorrow too. So thank you all for being here. I want to give special thanks to my guests that came from out of town. My sister Florence and brother-in-law Bill and nephew Jason came from California. I don't know if you know that, but my sister's my older sister. She's years older than me. So I know it was a hard trip. Sit down, relax. Somebody will get you some food. Don't worry about it.
Served like grandma.
From the East Coast, the legendary cousin Michael. And many of you know that Michael's been coming out here for the past 26 years. Every year in February we go skiing for a week. And over the years, I've noticed, especially the more recent years, we're doing less skiing, more scotch. But that's a winter sport also, so I'm okay with it. And thank you, it means a lot that you're out here. So I want to welcome everybody to my first annual 60th birthday. And, you know, I'm sure when everybody got their invitation from Eileen, they had the same, they asked themselves the same question that I've been asking myself. What the f***'s going on? How can this guy be 60 years old?
No?
It's incredible. I checked the birth certificate. It did say June 1949. Well, the opening months of the Truman administration, which my kids will tell you was right after the Civil War. But, you know, it's only forward. There's no pause. There's no rewind, and sometimes it feels like it's fast forward. I've had some useful input the past couple of weeks. A young girl at my yoga class. I should have never told her I was turning 60, but I shot that. But she said, "Well, you know, turning 60 is the new 59." So I've got that going for me. It's a BFD. And then someone last week said to me, "You know, when you turn 50, you're old young. But when you turn 60, you're young old." That was not helpful. I didn't need that. But in a serious vein, when I have to deal with such transcendent issues as age and growing older, I turn to sacred texts. And of course, we learn in the closing pages of Deuteronomy that Moses lived to be 120 years, 120 vigorous years. And if that's the case, then I feel like I'm just entering my middle age, and that's something I can live with. So I'm going to go with that. And unlike Moses, I feel like I'm already in the promised land. So that's another plus. All right, I want to talk about something serious. Let's see if I can do this without getting too emotional. I want to talk about something I've been thinking about for some time, for some years now, and certainly more more recently in the past couple of years, and that's the whole idea, the whole concept of blessings, and blessings in one's life. And I don't want you to think I run home at 4 o'clock every day to eat Haagen-Dazs and watch Oprah.
Oh, Richard, you watch just Oprah.
No, we have it on TV. But it's something I've been thinking about, especially some years ago when I learned that in the Jewish tradition there is an obligation or a requirement to say 100 blessings every day. Every day, make 100 brachas. Every day, every 24 hours, say 100 blessings. And I've been thinking about that the past couple of years and contemplating and meditating on the wisdom of that teaching. And then I thought, gee, 100 blessings every 24 hours. Well, let's take 8 hours out of that because you got to sleep and attend to other biological necessities. And that comes out to about 100 blessings every 16 hours every day of your waking life. And if you do the math, that comes out to saying a blessing every 10 minutes of your life. And that includes a time to experience the phenomena of your blessing and actually saying the blessing. And the wisdom of that teaching is apparent, that if you do that, you're always immersed in a sense of blessing and constantly cultivating an attitude of gratitude. And, there's a saying, count your blessings. And I don't know if that saying is related to that teaching, but it's certainly pertinent. And I don't know if it comes with age, but I've been so in touch with the blessings of my life. All right, hold on. I knew this was going to happen. And I didn't even get to the emotional stuff. And as a matter of fact, just this year, starting in January, I committed myself to every day be in touch with the blessings of my life. And not the great things, birthdays and anniversaries. God, I can't even get to not the emotional stuff. But just the everyday, eat a hot, crispy slice of Guido's pizza. That's a blessing. Standing out on your deck after a rainstorm and smelling the Colorado forest. That's a blessing. Sitting at home at 10:30 watching Seinfeld reruns, and Eileen puts her hand on my knee. That's a blessing. It is. And this year, every day, I've been aware of those blessings. I can't say I've counted to 100 every day, but I've written them down, and it's like, wow, a day doesn't go by when I realize what a blessing it is. What a blessing it is to get together with friends and family and celebrate a birthday. What a blessing it is for us who live here. The Rocky Mountain Times no longer publishes it, but we know it is a blessing and a privilege to live in Colorado. And the past couple of weeks, my cup of blessings have been overflowing. My great blessings, my kids, each one of them have graduated from their respective schools and are each moving along on their respective journeys. Joshua graduated from law school in Washington with honors and moved back to Colorado to take the bar exam. And you lawyers out there, and I know who you are, I have his resume on my iPhone. I can just zap it to you. Rachel graduated at the University of Colorado. And during the winter, I said, Rachel, think about graduate school because there's no way you're going to get a job. She'll be attending the University of Denver's master's program in international communications. But she ended up getting a job without any connections or whatever, and she's a management intern at Nordstrom's. Not Whiteflint, what the hell am I? Flat Irons. And you ladies who shop at Nordstrom's, and Eileen knows who you are, go out there, buy something, and be part of the economic stimulus. Daniel graduated 2 weeks ago from high school. And will be attending the Lee School of Business. And Daniel, out of the 12 trimesters in high school, Daniel was one of the few kids who graduated on the honor roll every single trimester. And I have to say, Daniel, I don't think that's a blessing. That falls in the category of miracle. But it's an absolute blessing being your dad, absolute delight, absolute pleasure, unconditionally. And even on those times when my head and face is turning purple and steam's coming out of my ears because you're not doing what I'm telling you to do, it's a great pleasure in my life. Thank you. The greatest pleasure and the greatest blessing in my life is the divinely inspired coming together of my soul and Eileen's soul. In our tradition, the word for that is beshert, a match made in heaven, even though sometimes we have to duke it out here on earth. But everybody here knows Eileen, and everybody's been touched by her kindness, her grace, and her beauty. And the great blessing in my life is I get to go home with her every night. And when I let myself get out of my own way, this is emotional. I get to experience her love for me and my love for her. But we're lucky. And that is the greatest blessing in my life, the greatest blessing in my lives, in my past lives and my future lives. And if I have to come back as your golden retriever or whatever, I'm down for that trip too.
You're better off as a golden retriever.
Or a black lab. I just want to be there somewhere. It doesn't matter. And thank you for those times when I'm 1 or 2 or 9 or 10 steps behind you, and with your grace and patience, you extend your hand and wait for me to grow up. Thank you. I love you. So people, be aware of your blessings every day. Be aware of the blessings in your life, and you won't have time for anything else. Now, my friends, that's enough about me. Please make merry, have fun, because what the hell? A year from now, I'll be turning 61.